We start this Group 2 final at 285 pounds, and highly regarded Nick Lachelle of Hanover Park gets the takedown in the first period as he would go on to defeat Gunny Wasong 4-2 to give the Hornets a 3-0 lead. At 106 pounds, High Point picks up a big major decision. Watch Chase Babbis get the late back points at the buzzer as he tops Leonardo Stefanelli 13-8, and High Point has a 4-3 lead. We move to 113 pounds, and it's Lou Ramo of Hanover Park with the pin as he decks Derek Sarapuccinelli in just 36 seconds to give Hanover Park a 9-4 lead. At 120 pounds, it's former state champion Anthony Cefalo of Hanover Park with the fall in 132 against Eric Wingle, and Hanover Park goes up 15-4 after 4 bouts. We move to 126 pounds, and in a good one, watch Austin Nash of Hanover Park notch the first period takedown as he would hold off Dom Gallo 3-1 to push Hanover's lead to 14, 18-4 after 5 bouts. At 132 pounds in another key clash, it's Christian Basilino of Hanover Park with the takedown en route to a 3-2 decision over Mike Derrin, and it's all Hanover Park early, 21-4. On to 138 pounds, and Joe Zecca of Hanover Park takes down Ryan Cullen here in the first period during his 4-1 decision, and after 7 bouts, Hanover Park has a commanding 24-4 lead. Okay, High Point needs points, and after building an 11-3 lead, watch Jason Gassione of High Point with the big move and the pin of Gene Angelo in 3:36 at 145 pounds, and High Point cuts Hanover Park's lead to 24-10. At 152, Hanover Park bounces back, and it's Anthony Alivari with the takedown as he decisions Chris Howard 3-0 to make it 27-10 Hanover Park with 5 matches left. And at 160, it's all Anthony Basilino of Hanover Park as he pins Brett Pichet in 59 seconds, and Hanover Park is leading 33-10 over the Wildcats. Okay, High Point has to pin out to win the state title. Watch Colby Brands keep the Wildcats season going with the takedown, and he gets the pin in 3:32 over Nick Sangio, and it's 33-16 Hanover Park. Then at 182, Antonio Porcepita of High Point powers up and he pins Rory DeLuca in 3:07, and Hanover Park now holds a 33-22 lead. Oh boy, here come the Wildcats.
The second Colby pinned him, I knew that we were going to be state champs for a second year in a row. Because our guys up top knew our job, and that was to go out there and get pins, and we knew if we did that, we were going to win.
And then Kyle Stoll at 195 continues High Point's pin parade with the cradle and the fall of Eric Bocard in 120, and High Point is down 33-28. Can they do it?
And the adrenaline was definitely going during that match, and you know, a little bit before we did the numbers a little bit, and we knew that we could pin our way through. So, you know, the amount of adrenaline that was going through me was incredible, and I kind of fed off that.
Yes, they can, as Bobby McDonald pins Tom Hunt in 155 to cap the improbable 24-point comeback at 220 pounds as High Point stuns Hanover Park 34-33 to capture their second straight Group 2 title and 4th overall as Nick DeGennaro gets the post-match reaction.
The momentum and the energy that we had throughout our bench and in the stands really helped me pull through with that win at the end. Once we get on a roll, a pinning streak, we knew we had to step it up. After Colby's win, I knew our team was capable of winning after being down that far. So the feeling was great that it paid off in the end.
This is great. It's just knowing that my senior class is the only senior class ever to win 3 state titles. Great feeling. I couldn't ask to end my career a better way.
This was a good one because it was our class this year. You know, we were seniors, and obviously 2 in a row, 3 in my career. This was just, this was incredible.
We had talked a little bit before we went out, and the kids understood, you know, where we would be in the match. I didn't necessarily say it would be as bad as it ended up being at the end, but I knew, I kind of figured we'd be trailing, just because they're you know, they've got a real nice team, and you know, their kids are stingy with points and don't give up a lot of bonus. You know, but we did think going in, if we could get back to 70s within reach, then we could be okay. I just didn't realize we'd have to pin out to be okay. But you know, a tremendous job by the kids. I'm very happy for them.
Talk about is this 33 to 10 at one point. You guys had to be a little bit discouraged over there, and I know we saw earlier in the day Kyle Stoll going up and down the bench and keeping you guys in the match. How did you guys keep yourselves in the match mentally? You know, when the scoreboard was really showing it was going to be tough for you guys to come back.
Well, we've been through it all. We've been through some tough matches and tough tournaments, and last year we were in the same situation. We were down here. We were down big late into the match, and we came up with a bunch of pins to win a state title, and we knew that we could do it again if we got the opportunity to.
But talk about Jason's match. Obviously, at 145, you had those big loss by Dominic and by Mike Darren, which kind of sapped a little energy from you guys. But Jason coming out there and getting that pin seemed to wake your bench back up and really get the positive energy going back on your sideline.
Certainly, it was something we needed, and really, Jason's been doing a good job all year. He, and as well as he's done individually, he cares as much for the team. I think that was evident by what happened down here last year. Okay, I can lose, but if I don't get pinned, the team wins. So he wanted to get things going. That was very important to him, and I thought if we could push enough, we could maybe have a shot to get some bonus. And then Jason coming through with the pin was huge. Like you said, sandwiched right around him, we had 3 tough losses before, with Darren, Cullen, and Dom, and then a pretty tough loss after. That was Chris Auer. So we really needed some points there, and I'm just glad. I'm glad he came through. And also at 106, I'm very happy. Chase, we won by a point. Chase picked up one bonus point right at the end of the match. So I'm just very happy for our boys.
Talk about your senior class. Obviously, you guys are going to be one of the greatest wrestling classes to go through High Point. 3 group titles, winning last year and this year in probably some of the most exciting fashion possible. And you kind of look at that, and you look at your class as a whole. Do you think you've left your mark on High Point wrestling?
To be in the room for 4 years and wrestling till I can't remember, the feeling of finally coming out on top, getting 3 state titles out of 4 years, something that's never been done in High Point history. It's just a great feeling. And I'm really kind of speechless.
No, very, very rare. Johnny, it's always tough. Now you've won some group titles. This class, the senior class, has won 3 out of 4 group titles. A tremendous run for you. Can you kind of put this match in perspective for you as a coach, what it means to you, to your program?
You know what? Winning here, we've been down here a long time, and I've been around the High Point program for a long time, and there's very few years that we've had the opportunity to leave here truly happy. So for this group of kids to be able to win with some, there were some things stacked against them a little bit. We don't talk about it, but we're a little banged up, and we've got some kids that haven't been able to wrestle and haven't been able to perform the way they would have liked, and it's just so very, very happy for the kids and our fans and the community, because it's wrestling's a big deal at High Point, and just trying to keep it that way.